So hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to Creatrix. Welcome to Unacademy. So in these sessions, we are going to start the communication system and you are going to study the communication system like never before. So before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Vishal Soni and I have cleared ESC examination 2 times, both times in double digit rank. And I have also served as a Group A Gazette officer in Indian Railways and in Indian Telecommunication Services. And I have also cleared a lot of public sector examinations. So right now I'm teaching on Unacademy and I really feel proud to be the part of the Unacademy team, because Unacademy is the revolution in the field of free education and in the field of affordable education, and we as a team are really looking forward for every student to just come onto the Unacademy platform. You can attend the special classes, you can come onto this YouTube channel and you can stay connected with us so that you can understand the quality education and you can understand the efforts that we are putting in, so that every student of this country, whether he stays in a village or he stays in a town, should get the access of the content, that too in a very affordable prices, and he can also or she can also clear the examination with the best possible ranks. So right now I'm teaching on Unacademy with more than 15 million watch minutes in the overall duration and 2 million watch minutes in the last 30 days. So I am right now the top educator in Unacademy across all the branches, having rank 4 right now. And you can also follow me on Unacademy on this particular link. So you can go and follow me on Unacademy. Apart from that, my advice to every student is that how should you crack the examination and what are the components to cracking the examination. So the first question that comes to the mind, that can anyone prepare from the YouTube? Yes, you can prepare from the YouTube, but you should develop or cultivate some habits in yourself. For example, you should be very much disciplined. You should arrange the extra resources. For example, the PDFs you have to arrange, the test series you have to arrange by yourself, and most importantly, that self-discipline you should be containing in yourself, so that you can be very corrective manner and you can approach the examination in the best possible manner. So all these things you have to arrange yourself. The sense of competitiveness you have to cultivate in yourself, because the audience on the YouTube are not that much of competitive in nature, or maybe you cannot feel the competition which is present right now. So all these things are the part of the journey if you want to prepare through the YouTube, or maybe if you want to prepare through the free resources. Apart from that, if you want that you should get complete content, then this is the YouTube channel. On this YouTube channel itself, all the free content are available. You just have to go to the playlist. All the subjects are completed there. You just have to go and watch all the lectures one by one. Definitely will be getting benefited. But the extra things that I have told you, that the self-discipline and the sense of competitiveness and a lot of things you have to arrange by yourself. If you are comfortable in that, then you can do that. Apart from that, you should also have Unacademy learning app, so that the special classes you can attend. A lot of educators in this country are actually providing the special classes, that too absolutely free of cost, so that you can get the quality content in the best possible manner. Apart from that, there is also another component for you, which is Unacademy Plus. So on Unacademy Plus, what is your job? You just have to study. If you join this Unacademy Plus, you do not have to worry about the crash courses, weekly test, doubt solving sessions, the language barrier, rank improvement batches, live classes. So all these things will be taken care by the Unacademy. You just have to take the Unacademy Plus subscription and you have to come on to the Unacademy. You will be daily getting the live classes. You will be getting the crash courses. When you will be getting the crash courses? When the syllabus are completed. You will be getting the weekly test in the form of quizzes. Every fourth class is the doubt solving session, which is the major you can say the component or the major impact will be creating on your studies will be this doubt solving group. Because until and unless your doubts are not being cleared, until and unless you are not able to clear your doubts, you will never get the confidence in the subject. So once you come on to this Unacademy Plus, every fourth class is doubt solving session. Apart from that, various other doubt solving sessions are going on. So ultimately you will be getting your doubts cleared and you will gain confidence in the subject. The language barrier will not be an issue, because the batches will be running both Hindi and in English, and rank improvement batches will also be there. So all these things are the component of this Plus subscription. Once you come on to this Unacademy Plus, you do not have to be worried about your self-discipline, your competitiveness nature. Everything will be present on Unacademy, because a lot of other students will be there. Since the classes will be live, you can also watch it recorded later on. So the discipline automatically comes, because you get the idea that you will be having the daily live classes. Apart from that, there is also one iconic subscription. In this iconic subscription, the game changer is this personal coach. So this subscription is for them who thinks that their basics are weak, or those who are talented but they needs a continuous push. So this personal coach will be guiding you throughout your study. He will be giving you the study planners. You will be getting the study booster sessions. Once you will get the test, you will be getting the analytics. Analytics plays a major role in improving yourself. We as a teacher also get our analytics so that we can improve on the daily basis. So once you start getting the analytics, you will be also improving massively on the daily basis. Apart from that, there will also be the guidance for the mains once you clear the prelims, and there will also.
Hello friends, welcome to this lecture of communication system. So in the last lecture we studied about the DPCM. In this lecture we will study about the delta modulator. So first of all, let us see the similarities or the difference between the DPCM and delta modulator. So it has some similarities and some differences. So first of all, understand carefully that in case of DPCM also this x of t is oversampled, and in case of delta modulator also this x of t is oversampled, which means the information between the adjacent samples is almost same. Now the second statement is important, that in case of DPCM the difference between the actual sample value and the predicted sample value is quantized, or we can say that the difference between current sample value and predicted value of the current sample is quantized. Also in case of DPCM, predictor is used in the feedback. But in case of delta modulator, what we transmit the difference between the current sample and quantized value of the previous sample. So we do not need the predictor here, we just need the delay element here. So in this case, the difference between the current sample and quantized value of previous sample is transmitted. No need to track all the previous samples or the history of the data. You just have to transmit the current sample and the difference between the current sample and the quantized value of previous sample. Sometimes it is also written that in case of delta modulator you have to transmit the difference between the current sample and the previous sample, because the quantized value of the previous sample, which I can denote it like this, x of n minus 1 ts, will be almost similar to x of n minus 1 ts. So sometimes it is also written that we also transmit the difference between the present sample and the previous sample, or to be more clear we can say that we transmit the difference between present sample and the quantized value of the previous sample. Now the predictor is used in the feedback in case of DPCM, but in case of delta modulator the delay element is used in place of predictor. So this is the basic differences between delta modulator and DPCM. Now sometimes this DPCM is called as n-bit DPCM and this delta modulator is called as 1-bit DPCM. Now why it is called as 1-bit DPCM? Because in case of DPCM we can use any general quantizer which general number of thresholds can be used, but in case of delta modulator a very special type of quantizer is used which is called as 1-bit or 2-level quantizer, and along with that the threshold of that quantizer must also be 0. So this is very clear that if we are using only 1-bit quantizer then it can address only 2 levels. So that is why it is called as 1-bit or 2-level quantizer, and threshold of that particular delta modulator must be 0. So we saw that in case of DPCM and in case of delta modulator there are a lot of similarities as well as a lot of differences. In case of DPCM we were transmitting the difference between the current sample value and the predicted value of the current sample value, and then we were quantizing it, encoding it. But in case of delta modulator we are transmitting the present sample value and we are subtracting this present sample value with the quantized value of the previous sample value. Or sometimes without loss of generality you can also say that in case of delta modulator we are transmitting the difference between the present sample and the previous sample, then it is quantized, encoded and transmitted. In case of DPCM we were using a predictor filter. In this case we are using a delay element which is providing the delay of one sampling interval. In case of DPCM you were using a general quantizer, general number of threshold levels, but in case of delta modulator we have to use 1-bit quantizer or 2-level quantizer with 0 threshold, and also this delta modulator sometimes is also known as 1-bit DPCM. So now let us try to understand the delta modulator's transmitter. So this is delta modulator. So now let me draw its transmitter. So this transmitter will be very much similar to that of a DPCM setup. So this is your message signal x of t. First of all, it will be sampled. After sampling, it will be given to a summer plus. The output of the summer is given to a 1 bit or 2 level quantizer. Now this is giving to another summer. So this is your summer. Now these two are added like this. So it becomes plus. This also becomes plus. And here instead of predictor, you will use an element to provide a delay of TS unit. So this is the basic setup. Now this output is given to the encoder. This is the basic setup. So this output will become x of NTS. The output of this summer will be an error signal. Now this 1 bit or 2 level quantizer will quantize it. So it will become EQ of NTS and it will go to the encoder. The encoder will generate the binary stream. This binary stream will be converted into binary pulses and then it will be transmitted through a wired channel. So it will become EQ of NTS. Now the output of this summer I can denote it as XQ of NTS. After 1 unit of delay it becomes XQ of n-1 into TS. So this XQ of n-1 into TS travels from here and it also reaches XQ of n-1 into TS. So you can say that instead of quantizing this x of NTS, you are quantizing the difference between x of NTS and quantized value of previous sample. So this XQ of n-1 TS can be roughly assumed to be x of n-1 TS. So this is your delta modulator's transmitter. So in case of delta modulator's transmitter, you can see that instead of transmitting the sample value, you are transmitting the difference between the present sample and the previous sample. So this is not exactly the previous sample, but roughly you can assume that it is your previous sample. So let us try to observe a few important points from here. So first of all, I'll study about this quantizer. What is this quantizer? What is this quantizer? So quantizer is your 1 bit quantizer or 2 level quantizer. So this is the quantizer. It is receiving the input as E of NTS and it is generating output EQ of NTS and the threshold of it is 0. So let me draw the vertical diagram. So first important point is vertical diagram. We know that vertical diagram is always drawn at the input of the quantizer. So this is the input of the quantizer. This is output of quantizer. And this is output of encoder. So based upon that, we will draw the diagram. So we know that at the input of the quantizer, we will draw the dynamic range. So the input of the quantizer receives E of NTS. So we will draw the E of NTS dynamic range. So this will be minimum. And this is E of NTS max. Now we will look the threshold. The threshold is lambda equal to 0. So this threshold lambda equal to 0 will divide the complete dynamic range into different regions. So this is region R1, this is region R2. Now this region R1 as a whole is mapped onto a single voltage level, and that voltage level I am defining it as minus delta. Similarly, this particular region as a whole is mapped onto a single voltage level, which is I am defining as delta. Now you can see that output of the quantizer is having only 2 levels. So that is why sometimes this quantizer is also called as 2-level quantizer. It is called as 2-level quantizer because the output of the quantizer is a 2-level quantizer, or it is mapping this complete region onto a single level, and it is also mapping this complete region onto a single level, or you can say that it is mapping the complete dynamic range into 2 different discrete levels. So that is why it is called as 2-level quantizer. Now what is the purpose of the encoder? Encoder assigns a unique binary code to the quantized level. So there is only 2 quantized levels, so it can assign a unique binary code which is bit 1 to this level, and it can assign bit 0 to this level. So delta in case of delta modulator is not the step size in that sense. It is a step size in somewhat different sense that I'll explain later. But till now, what is delta? Delta is nothing but value of quantized sample. So delta represents the magnitude of the value of the quantized sample. It is not the step size. Why it is called as the step size in case of delta modulator, that we will discuss later on. So delta is nothing but the value of the quantized sample. So till now we understood. Now what we can say that here this lambda is 0. So you can see from here that this R2 region is representing complete positive region, and this R1 is representing completely negative region. So you can say that whenever the value of sampled value will be negative, so it will be mapped to minus delta, and whenever sampled value will be positive, it will map to the plus delta. So based upon that, we can draw the characteristic of the quantizer. So you can draw the characteristic of the quantizer. So this is your quantizer. Input of this quantizer is ENTS, and the output of this quantizer is EQ of NTS. This is your quantizer. So you can draw the characteristic of this quantizer like this. This is E of NTS. This is EQ of NTS. We have seen that if the input of the quantizer is negative value, it will assign it minus delta, and if input is positive value, it will assign it a value of plus delta. So you can say that your EQ of NTS will be equal to either plus delta whenever E of NTS is greater than 0, and it will be minus delta whenever E of NTS will be less than 0. So this EQ of NTS can be written as delta of signum E of NTS. We already know about this signum function. When the argument of this signum function is greater than 0, it becomes plus 1, and the argument becomes less than 0, it becomes minus 1. So from here you can say that whenever this input to the quantizer is positive, the output you will get as plus delta, and whenever input is negative, you will get output as minus delta. Now you can also calculate about the quantization error. So from this diagram you can comment on the quantization error, that suppose if sample value which is coming matches with lambda equal to 0, so it can be mapped to plus delta, it can also be mapped to minus delta. So the maximum quantization error which may occur in this case is plus minus delta. This is the third point which you should remember in case of delta modulator, is the maximum quantization error can be either plus delta or minus delta. So if we assume that this quantization error, the quantization error is uniformly distributed, between minus delta to plus delta. So how can we calculate the quantization error power? So we are interested in the calculation of quantization error power. So this will be the PDF of the quantization error power. So this is your quantization error. So this quantization error is uniformly distributed between minus delta 2 plus delta. So this value becomes 1 by 2 delta. So we know that the quantization error, I'm defining it as Q, and it is uniformly distributed between minus delta to delta. So the quantization error power, or the mean square value of this particular random variable, will become minus infinity to infinity Q square FQ of Q dq. So you can write it as minus delta to delta Q square, and this function's value becomes 1 by 2 delta dq. And whenever you will solve it, you will get it as delta square by 3. So whenever the quantization error is uniformly distributed between minus delta to delta, so this quantization error, this Q, can be assumed as a random variable, and you can calculate the mean square value of this random variable, and it will give delta square by 3. So the quantization error power in case of delta modulator becomes delta square by 3. And remember that this delta is not your step size, rather it is the value of quantized sample. So this complete discussion is about this quantizer. Now let us come back to the transmitter. So in the transmitter, we noticed that we can write this E of NTS as X of NTS minus XQ of N minus 1 TS. And we said that we can roughly assume this XQ of N minus 1 TS to be X of N minus 1 TS. So I can write this E of NTS is equal to X of NTS minus X of N minus 1 TS, which is representing the difference between present sample and previous sample. So if this difference is positive, so the output of quantizer which is nothing but EQ of NTS will become plus delta, and if this difference is negative, then the output of the quantizer, which is EQ of NTS, will become minus delta. So based upon that, we will start our analysis. So suppose I am considering a signal X of t. This is the signal X of t which is to be transmitted. So I'm considering its shape like this. This is the signal which is to be transmitted. This becomes 0. This is TS. It becomes 2TS. Three TS, here we will have 4 TS, this point is 5 TS, this is 6 TS, this point is as 7 TS, this point let me consider as 8 TS, and this point is considered as 9 TS. So whenever you will sample this point, this signal, so you will get one sample here, another sample at TS, another sample at 2 TS, next sample at 3 TS, one at 4 TS, 5 TS, 6 TS, 7 TS, 8 TS and 9 TS. So whenever you will sample this particular signal, so this is your X of t, and after sampling you can draw this like. So this will be the sampled signal. And this is representing your X of NTS. Now we know that if I have to draw EQ of NTS. So first of all, I have to observe the difference. So let me make this axis is common. This is your NTS. 0, TS, 2TS, this is 3TS, 4TS, 5TS, 6TS, 7TS, 8TS, 9TS. So how this EQ of NTS is going to behave? We know that EQ of NTS will behave if the difference between the present sample and previous sample is positive, then it will be plus delta, otherwise minus delta. So you can see it's working here that this EQ of NTS will be either plus delta or minus delta, and what it will see the difference of what? The present sample and previous sample. So now let us try to understand it. At this point 0, say this is the reference point, so I'm considering this as 0. This is the reference point. So we will start our analysis at TS. So you can see if you will reach at TS, so this will be the present sample and this will be the previous sample. What is the difference between this present sample and previous sample? It is positive. So this EQ of NTS at this particular point will become plus delta. So this is the axis of plus delta. Now let us come at the 2TS. When you will consider come at this point of 2TS, so you will consider the present sample, which is this, minus previous sample, which is this. Again the difference is positive, so it will again provide EQ of NTS equal to plus delta. What will be at 3TS? At 3TS this will be the present sample and the previous sample will become the point at 2TS. So again the difference, you can see that the difference between this point and this point is positive, so again this EQ of NTS will become plus delta. Similarly, what is the difference here? Present sample, this is previous sample, difference is positive, so it is again plus delta. What about this 5TS? If you will consider the difference between present sample, so this is your present sample and now this becomes your previous sample, so that difference becomes negative, so that is why it is mapped to minus delta. So this is the axis of minus delta. What about 6TS? At 6TS also you will get present sample minus previous sample, negative value, so it again becomes minus delta. What about 7TS? 7TS also you can get present sample minus previous sample, minus delta. What about 8TS? It is present sample, it is previous sample, so difference is positive, so EQ of NTS will become plus delta, and here again this EQ of NTS will become minus delta. So what will be the output of the encoder? We have already seen that the output of the encoder will be based upon the value of plus delta and minus delta. If it is plus delta, so it will assign it a voltage of 1. So this is it will assign it a binary code of 1. So this will become 1 1 1 and these will become 0 0, it will become 1 0. So the output of the encoder will become 1 1 1 0 0 0 1 0. So this you can call it as delta modulated signal. Obviously you will convert it into voltage pulses and then you will transmit it through a wired channel. So this is the delta modulated signal. Now this will be transmitted to the receiver and this is your EQ of NTS that will be transmitted by the transmitter. Now let us see how these signals will be recovered. So let us discuss about this delta demodulator or receiver. So the first block of the receiver will be a wired channel and first block of the receiver will be a decoder. So the output of the decoder will be same as the input of the encoder, so I can call it as EQ of NTS. Then we will have a summer here. Again we will have delay of TS unit and you can call this as MQ of N-1 TS. Then this is passed through a low pass filter, which will convert a discrete signal into continuous signal. If it is ideal low pass filter, then it will give you a staircase like waveform, otherwise it will give you a smoother waveform. So if this is MQ of n minus 1 TS, so obviously this is going to be MQ of n TS. So this MQ of n TS can be written as MQ of n minus 1 TS plus EQ of NTS. Now if I will put n equal to 0, so this becomes MQ of 0, MQ of minus TS plus EQ of 0. So let me consider that this MQ of minus TS is 0, or this is the reference value. So this MQ of 0 becomes EQ of 0. Now let me put this value of 1. So if I'll put the value of 1, so it becomes MQ of TS equal to MQ of 0 plus EQ of TS. So this can be written as EQ of 0 TS plus EQ of TS, because the value of this MQ0 you can consider it as EQ of 0. Now if you will put n equal to 2, so it will become MQ of 2 TS equal to MQ of TS plus EQ of 2 TS. Now you have already calculated the value of MQ of TS, so you can write it as EQ of 0 TS plus EQ of TS plus EQ of 2 TS. Similarly, you can put the values, and you can observe that whenever you will put the value of n as n, it is nothing but it is doing the accumulation of this EQ. Initially when MQ was 0, it was EQ 0 TS. When it becomes MQ TS, so it accumulated EQ of 0 TS along with EQ of TS. Now when it becomes MQ of 2 TS, so it accumulated EQ of 0 TS, EQ of TS along with this EQ of 2 TS. So what you can write, if I have to write MQ of NTS, so it can be written as EQ of 0 TS plus EQ of 1 TS, EQ of 2 TS up to EQ of n TS. Or you can write your MQ of NTS as summation of EQ of KTS, where K can vary from 0 to n. And very clearly this is nothing but the expression of an accumulator system. So this is nothing but an accumulator system. So the receiver of the delta modulator is essentially an accumulator. It is just accumulating the EQ of TS which you are transmitting. So you are essentially transmitting this EQ of NTS versus NTS, and your receiver is just trying to accumulate all those values. So now let me draw this MQ of NTS which is being received at the output. So you already have your EQ of NTS versus NTS, and it was transmitted by delta modulator. So this was transmitted by delta modulator. So we had these values, and this point was 0. We consider this point as TS, this point as 2 TS, 3 TS, 4 TS, 5 TS, 6 TS, 7 TS, 8 TS, 9 TS. So 0 we left, and we draw the EQ of NTS plus delta plus delta plus delta plus delta. At 5 TS it became minus delta. At 6 TS also it becomes minus delta. At 7 TS it also becomes minus delta. Here it becomes plus delta. Here also it becomes minus delta. So this was the situation till 9 TS. Now we have to draw the signal which is received by the receiver. So receiver is receiving MQ of NTS, and those MQ of NTS is nothing but summation of k equal to 0 to n EQ of NTS. So it is just accumulating this EQ of NTSs. So let me draw the output. So first of all, let me make the common reference. This is your TS, 2TS, 3TS, 4TS, 5TS, 6TS, 7TS, 8TS and 9TS. So initially this is your reference. What will be at TS? At TS, this EQ of NTS and this sample value will be added up. So these all values are delta. So initially you will at TS you will get delta. At 2TS, what will be at 2TS? So you can see that at 2TS you have to accumulate all the previous values. So you will accumulate this delta and this delta. So it becomes 2 delta. At 3TS also you will accumulate all the values. So it becomes delta, delta, delta. So you can call it as 3 delta. At 4TS you will accumulate all the values. So it becomes 4 delta. At 5TS you will accumulate all the values. So it becomes delta, 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 4 delta, and minus delta becomes 3 delta. At 6TS also you have to accumulate all the values. So it will become 2 delta. At 7TS when you will accumulate all the values, it becomes delta. At 8TS it will again become 2 delta. At 9TS it will again become delta. So this is the MQ of NTS that you obtained at the receiver. Now what did you transmit? So you transmitted this signal. This was the signal transmitted by you. So are you able to receive this signal? No, you are receiving this sample values or the impulses that is being transmitted. So now I also need to transmit it through the low pass filter. So whenever you will transmit it through the low pass filter, so if it is ideal low pass filter, so this is your low pass filter. If this is ideal low pass filter, then it will give you a staircase output, because if this low pass filter gets the voltage of delta, it will charge to delta. If it gets the voltage of 2 delta, so it will charge to 2 delta. If it gets the voltage of 4 delta, so it will charge to 4 delta. So it charges to delta and it remains delta until it gets the voltage of 2 delta. So it charges to 2 delta. It again remains to 2 delta until it gets the voltage of 3 delta. So it charges to 3 delta. It remains up to 3 delta until it charges to the 4 delta. Then it remains to the 4 delta and voltage decreases, so it discharges to 3 delta. Then again it remains up to 3 delta, then it discharges to 2 delta. Then it remains up to 2 delta, discharges to delta, and so on, charging, discharging. So this is the output of low pass filter. So this is the received signal. So let me draw the transmitted and received signal 1 over on. So this was the transmitted signal x of t. This signal we transmitted 0. This was 4TS. This was TS, 2TS, 3TS, 5TS, 6TS, 7TS, 8TS, 9TS. So this was the transmitted signal. And what did we receive? So understand carefully, what did we receive? Now you can see that initially it was 0. So from here, exactly at t equal to ts, we were getting the step size of plus delta. Or you can see that this particular size, if I will consider this size, this is delta, this size is also delta, this size is also delta, this is also delta. So this was the output of the ideal low pass filter, because the ideal low pass filter will charge up to this value delta, it will charge up to this value plus delta, it will again charge to 3 delta, it will again charge to 4 delta. So basically it is taking the steps of delta while charging, or it is also taking the downward step of minus delta while discharging. So what is happening here? Let us try to understand. So if you will consider that this is your present sample and this is your previous sample, so at this point what should happen? You know that at this point the output will be the output of the quantizer will be plus delta. So you should understand, in case of delta modulator, whenever you are comparing this present sample value minus previous sample value, and if this sample value is greater than 0, so quantizer output is going to be delta. So you can directly connect it with the received signal, that whenever quantizer output will be plus delta, the staircase will increase by plus delta. So I'm increasing it by plus delta. So this size becomes delta. Now it remains up to delta. Now what happens at this sampling instance? Here also this present sample value minus previous sample value is greater. So in this case also it is taking the step size of plus delta. So it will remain plus delta up to here. So this height is also delta. So I can write it as 2 delta. Now what happens at this sampling instance? At this sampling instance also present sample is greater than previous sample. So it again becomes plus delta. So this becomes 3 delta. Size of these, all these steps are delta. They may not look like in this diagram, but these are our delta. Now it will remain delta up to this point. What happens at this sampling instance? At this sampling instance also the present sample value is greater than previous sample value. So again it becomes plus delta. It becomes 4 delta. So this was the transmitted signal. This was the transmitted signal, and here you are making this received signal. So you have already drawn the received signal here. The received signal is nothing but a staircase approximation. This is staircase approximation. I am just overlapping the transmitted and received signal and giving you an alternate way to think how you can directly draw the received signal. So to directly draw the received signal, you just have to observe the quantizer's output. If the quantizer's output is plus delta, so you should make plus delta addition in your staircase case, otherwise you should make minus delta in your staircase. So now this 4 delta will be maintained up to next sample value. So what is at this sample value? You know that this is a present sample value minus previous sample value. So quantizer's output will be minus delta. So it will come minus delta downward. Now it will again maintain up to this voltage level. At this sample value, present sample value minus previous sample value is again your negative. So the quantizer's output is going to be minus delta. So you have to shift your staircase minus delta units downward. Now it will again remain up to this sample value. At this point you can again see that let me draw this like this. Now at this sample point you can see that again this present sample minus previous sample is negative, so quantizer's output is going to be minus delta. So that is why I'm making it like this, downward. Now it will remain at this voltage. At this sample point, you can see that the present sample is greater than previous sample, so plus delta will be added to it, and finally minus delta will be subtracted to it. So in this case, you can see that the received signal is staircase approximation of transmitted message signal. So whenever you have to draw the received signal in case of delta modulator, you just have to approximate it through an staircase. And how to draw the staircase, I have explained it to you. Whenever you have to draw the staircase, you just have to observe your time domain signal. If the present sample value is greater than the previous sample value, then quantizer's output will be plus delta, and if quantizer's output will be plus delta, it means in the staircase you have to increase the plus delta size, and it will remain constant up to the next sample value. Now if at the next sampling instance again the present sample value is greater than previous sample value, you again have to add plus delta in your stair. Now if at any sampling instance the present sample value becomes less than the previous sample value, in that case you have to decrease your step by delta. So now here you can see that this received signal is approximating your transmitted signal by taking the step sizes of delta. So that is why this delta is called as step size in delta modulator. It is not that step size dynamic range divided by total number of quantization levels, rather it is called as step size because the staircase approximation or the received signal is approximating the transmitted signal by taking the stairs of size delta or by taking the steps of size delta. So this was the output corresponding to the ideal low pass filter. Now if you would have used a practical low pass filter, then the response would have been a little bit smoother, and this type of response you could have got, which have approximately equal to the transmitted signal with some quantization error. So this output is with respect to the practical low pass filter, and if you would have used practical low pass filter, then you would not have got this staircase approximation. Rather you would have got a smoother curve, or which would have been approximating your transmitted signal. So this is very important discussion that in case of delta modulator, the received signal is staircase approximation of transmitted message signal. So in delta modulators, the received signal is staircase approximation. It is staircase approximation of transmitted signal x of t. So in the next class we will see the errors present in the delta modulator. Thank you.
So hopefully we have understood every concept in this class. If you have any doubt in any concept, you can let me know in the comment section. I'll try to resolve that thing. Apart from that, you can also follow me on various social media platforms. For example, you can join this Telegram group where you will be getting important notification, important updates. This is Telegram group where you can also comment, you can ask your queries, or maybe you can also suggest me for the improvement. Apart from that, this is my Unacademy profile. On this Unacademy profile, you should also follow me so that you can get the important updates of the Unacademy also, right? And this is the Notion page. You just have to type this tiny.cc/VishalGate. So you will be redirected to a page where all the special classes are arranged very systematically. तो मैंने बहुत सारे टॉपिक्स पे स्पेशल क्लास ले रखी है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल नाइक्विस्ट, फूरियर सीरीज, latches and flip-flop, double integrations, okay, lot of things are there. So you will be getting all these concepts absolutely free of cost. You just have to type this in your URL, you will be redirected to that page and attend these lectures one by one. You will be getting a next level confidence in these topics, that I can guarantee you. Now this is the Notion page of your YouTube, on which you will be getting the links of the YouTube. Apart from that, you will be also getting the PDFs of that particular lecture. So this is very important for you, and just you have to type http://bit.ly/gatelive. So gatelive, you just have to type it in the capital so that you can access all the lectures link and PDF arranged systematically. So if you want to attend or you want to clear the examination with the free resource, then this is the channel for you. This is the best recorded videos which has been ever made. You just have to go to that lecture, just click the link and download the PDF and start studying systematically. So we have also done this for you so that any student, whether he is sitting any part of this country, should not face the difficulty in cracking the examination, whether he can afford or he cannot. Now if you can afford, then the subscription prices are not something which you cannot pay. It is very nominal amount which you can pay, and you can just avoid all the distractions, all the time wastage which we will be doing in downloading those PDFs, arranging them, arranging for the test series, and a lot of other things that you have to arrange, doubt solvings you have to arrange by yourself. If you want to avoid all those distractions in a very nominal amount, so you can go for the Unacademy Plus subscription. For 12-month subscription, you have to pay only 74 rupees per day. Apart from that, for 18-month subscription, which is the best possible subscription, you have to pay 63 rupees per day. It is even lesser than the pizzas that you order on your home. So it is that much of amount that can shape your career, that can give you the best possible rank in the examinations under the guidance of the best teachers of the country, which has been right now placed on the Unacademy. Now 24-month subscription will cost you 54 rupees per day. So these subscription amounts will give you the subscription for the desired period. Apart from that, if you are using this code, you just have to remember this code, write my name, write GATE after it. You can also write ESC after it. So you have to write my name and write ESC after it. So any one of these code, once you apply, you will be immediately getting the 10% discount. You will be getting all the features of the Unacademy. You will be getting the guidance of all the teachers present on Unacademy, and everything you will be getting that is needed to crack the examination once you are using this code. So if you think we are working hard, we are giving our best content, we are giving the free content absolutely for you guys, and everything that is needed for every student to crack the examination. So never forget to use this code whenever you are taking the subscription. So this code is very important and you have to use every time you are taking the subscription. Now those who are interested for the prices, total price amount, so let me tell you, total price is 27,225 for 12 months, 34,650 for 18, and for 24 months it is 39,600. You can also pay this by using zero cost EMI. Zero cost EMI can be paid by credit card and debit card. In debit cards, there are only Bajaj and HDFC as of now available. Okay, so this zero cost EMI means you do not have to pay anything extra. Any interest is not, you should not pay, and you have to pay this much of amount on the daily basis if you are looking for the zero cost EMI option. Apart from that, if you are coming for Iconic subscription, so Iconic mein, I have already told you that your personal coach will be the game changer. He will be he will be basically following you to give you the guidance so that you can get the success in a very short span of time. So he will be following you, he will be pushing you every time. Now once you use this coupon code, this will be costing you around 45,225, and if you are using this coupon code, write my name, GATE after it, you will be getting the 24-month subscription of Iconic in 66,600 rupees. Fine. Apart from that, every one of you should follow this GATE aspirant group, and there also some important notification always comes. Now what are the YouTube channels that you should immediately subscribe? This Creatrix, this is the channel on which you are present. This is Unacademy GATE questions, where previous year questions has been solved by the educators. So you'll be getting all the previous year questions video solution apart from the PDF also. This is the Electrical Junction channel, where you will be getting the important concepts of EC and electrical, and this is Engineering Pathshala, where you will be getting some practical aspect of the videos, some animated videos that will enhance your ability to think. So these are the channels which you should immediately subscribe so that you can get a better content. Fine. Now these are my some YouTube videos which I have created for you. In all of these videos will give you some motivation, guidance, content, and some strategy. So these are hand-picked videos. You can immediately follow these videos. Okay, so thank you so much. And those who are coming on this channel, immediately share all the content which is present on this channel. We are working very hard for you guys So this is your responsibility that you should share this channel, you should subscribe this channel, also share the link of this channel, link of the videos, link of the educator whom you follow, so that every student who is needy, they can come onto this channel and they can get the best possible rank. So all the best everyone, let's crack it.